Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a special one. It is a flip through of a gift that I'm giving to my dear friend Melissa of MoonsideParlour. She asked me if I would like to do a gift exchange this year in the form of a journal, so basically a swap. And of course I said yes, because I would really love to make something special for her. It's always a pleasure to do so, and B, of course, receive one of her beautiful journals in return. So this is I think this is the third time I've made her a journal. Yeah, I think it's the third time. And this one has got to be my absolute favorite. I know that lately, always, she's always been into, various types of textiles, and she loves texture, and, lately the textiles she's using in her journals are absolutely beautiful. And so that little bundle that I just showed as I was talking over it was right there, is just a little sampler, like a little textile sampler of different textured fabrics and trims. So just something that she can play with and, maybe use in her journals, or just keep as like this little sampler. And I just clipped it on with a little safety pin so she can easily undo it and use it. And here I'm just kind of giving you a little overview of the inside of the journal. But let's go ahead and get into it. So besides the little textile bundle there on the left, here we have the cover, and I just put a really beautiful antique rose or floral patch that I had. And I really wanted to make this antique looking and sort of with the botanical theme. For some reason, I kind of always feel like botanical vibes when I make things for her. And yeah, this journal has a lot of little hardware, and I'm just showing you a little clip here of kind of like the little hardware that is on the cover. These are some really special little paper items, some vintage brads, and these little paper crimpers. They're like old school little crimpers that you would put on the corner of documents to clip them all together. And I put them there towards the bottom of the journal. And then of course on the back, my little brass nameplate. So this journal feels very like there's lots of jewelry. It has lots of little metal jewelry and charms and things, and gold paper clips and brass charms. And yeah, I just love the amount of like little hardware in this one. So here is the inner front cover, and I did this kind of special little thing. I found this beautiful vintage greeting card that I thought went really well, and I turned it into this sort of flap where she can open it up and she can close it with the ribbon if she likes. And there's a pocket here on the inside, and I put this little antique postcard that says, "From a friend of thine to a friend of mine." So I put that in the little pocket, and she can take that out and use that pocket for whatever she wants, maybe some secret journaling, and then just a little hidden photo frame. So I just thought that was really cute that it's kind of hidden and interactive with the ribbon, and there's journaling space there on the left-hand side for her to do some writing if she wants. And of course the photo is detachable. And then here in the back, it's also a tuck spot, this greeting card that I attached. So I put a vintage envelope in the back of there, just because I just wanted to put something back there, and that was the only thing I could find, as it is a little bit narrow and a tight squeeze, because this is a standard size journal, and so it's rather narrow. So here I'm just threading the ribbon back through the little eyelets that are in the flap of the greeting card, and she can close it this way, or she doesn't have to, and she can take the ribbon out if she doesn't like the ribbon at all, and it can just be a flappy flap. And then here on the inside or front page, I put a French eyelet that was dyed this really pretty lilac purple, and another antique applique just on top of that, just to give more texture and more things to touch and feel and look at. And the page that they are sewn onto is a digital printable by Sheena from Luna Rosu. And then these are just some little long vintage tickets that she can play with. And then here is a wallpaper tag that I made out of a little strip of vintage French wallpaper, and I went crazy with the gold glitter and a little charm, and I really like that sort of deep red sari ribbon up at the top. So here, this is, first of all, this is detachable, so she can slip this out of the photo corners that are, those are glued onto the page. And this is a watercolor drawing, watercolor painting that I found in another piece of ephemera. I think I got it in a larger envelope of some sort, and I removed it and couldn't believe that this beautiful hand-painted watercolor painting was in there. So I am giving it to her, and I just put it in this little photo frame, and she can take it out and, you know, use it or maybe frame it on her own if she wants for her studio, or just keep it in this journal. But I just thought it looked really nice with the gold frames or the gold photo corners. And then a little collaged tag that I made. There is a couple of these throughout. And that is some beautiful Dresden trim, like Dresden paper. So here is a vintage greeting card, and this one I thought was really cool because it has this little chain detail. I didn't add that, that's just how it came, and it's like a little chain for the bucket that goes to get the water out of the well, and I just thought that was so cute and so cool. And once again, it just more gives this journal more feelings of like jewelry and hardware and chains and charms and things. So lots of little things to touch and feel in here. And that book page is from a book about vintage and antique paper dolls. So there's some really cool imagery in there, and this page had some really cool imagery. And then this is just a beautiful antique greeting card, and I love this scene because it's just this, like, looks like a little cottagey house, maybe out in the middle of nowhere with a beautiful garden and roses and stuff in the front. So just a really nice card. I think it's German. And that book page that the postcard is tucked into is from a book about English gardens. So this is some of my avocado dyed paper with some cabbage dye and a little bridge sheet so that she can use that for journaling. And this is a little embroidery piece that I kind of snipped off of a hanky. Okay, so here, I know she loves hotel ephemera, like vintage hotel letterhead and envelopes too, I'm assuming. And so this is a little hotel envelope that I had, and I think this one's from a hotel in Mexico City or in Mexico, and it's stamped with the Mayflower Hotel on the back. So just a really old piece of ephemera, and I just added a little ticket strip because it had a little hint of green, and just kind of to bring in the green from the stamp on the envelope. And this is just a little feather. It's not vintage or anything, but I don't know, I just really wanted to add like some more fun things to feel and touch, and so I just put this really pretty little feather here, and I put it on top of a fabric ruffle, and that fabric ruffle is from a textile that she's told me that she really likes, so I put that there. So here, This is just a little portion of an airmail envelope that I had that was postmarked to California, and we're both in California, and I just thought it was a cute little piece to add. And then there's a little wax seal. And now for my favorite part. The centerfold is just so pretty and so happy, and I forget which botanical book I got this one out of, but it might have been the English Garden one too, actually, but it's just so pretty. This is another envelope that I thought that she might like. And that's some ledger from 1885. And then just a large fold-out grungy page with gold paint splatters everywhere and cabbage and avocado dye. And then another, this is my favorite tag, I think, of the journal. And that is a real mini dried rose. And the little girl is from a vintage French postcard, and the way I got it was just in a little scrap like that, so I didn't cut up a whole postcard. And then here is just another little textile sampler and just a couple little pretty things, and so she can flip all that up, and then there's journaling space underneath, so she'll just you can remove these journaling cards here. So right there, I think would be a nice space for some journaling and collaging. And then this is a journaling card that I designed myself, and it's really pretty. I backed it with some vintage paper, and it's I printed it on linen paper, and so it gives a really nice texture to the look of the paper. And this is a printable from a postcard that I have, and I just scanned and printed it, and I'm giving it to her, of course, because it has a moon, and it's actually really cool. If you look in each of the letters, there's like little faces. Okay, so here is some more really pretty ephemera, but also another California piece, which is a index card, a vintage index card guide. And I just did some collaging on that. And then this beautiful postcard has some little daisies and a bee. And I've seen her use like bee charms in other journals, and so I know she probably kind of likes little bees. And so I thought that I would add this one to her journal. And here is another gorgeous piece of French ephemera, just from Paris, and beautiful script. And on the inside, there's like a purple envelope liner. These paper treasures, I mean, to some people are just, trash, or, what's the point of keeping it? But I mean, to me, that's just a beautiful old piece of history, and the colors and the markings on it. I mean, if you're watching this, you're a paper lover, so you get it. And then this is another little collage tag that I made out of a French Savor book, Savor stamps. Yeah. So here's just a little flip out page with some more little gorgeous old school ephemera clipped in. And this is a vintage French telegram cover. So you would put the telegram inside there, and that's the envelope. And then of course, just that playing card is so pretty. And then that book page is so beautiful. I mean, she could cut that out, like slice it out of the book and then use it for collage if she wants. I don't know. There's so many things you can do with junk journals. Remove pages, collage on top of them, write around them in between the white spaces. So you just have to be creative. Here's another little French playing card. Such a pretty little lady there. And this is, it's not a letter. It's French again, and I think it looks to me like maybe an invitation, but perhaps somebody who speaks the language can tell us in the comments. And last but not least, in the last page, I've created this funky little pocket, and inside I've included a picture of these two little ladies, which you'll see right now. And if you remember our collab journals that we made earlier in the year, we used the same picture in one of the collab journals. And I have a series of these ladies, these like little friends, and I just included one of those pictures that I had remaining in her journal just as sort of an ode to the collab we did earlier in the year. So anyway, this video is about to end, so I hope you guys enjoyed this journal, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!